Story that I can give of how I became Muslim. December 27th, 2020, I woke up from a dream where I heard a voice that said, if you're going to become Muslim, you better start behaving like one. And I woke up very much confused and I'm like, Muslim? Why? I was living a regular normal life. I'm like, Muslim? What does that got to do with me? But I went to the bookstore, I got a Quran, I started reading it, and by the end of the day I was like, yep, I'm a Muslim. And I started behaving like a Muslim. My family found out was because I ordered some books online and they came to my sister's house. I opened the package in front of her and she was like, are you becoming that? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, are those the people that killed Jesus? And I'm like, no girl, wrong religion. And then my mom found out because she came to my house and she saw the Quran and she was like, are you becoming that? And I'm like, girl, I already became that. Alhamdulillah, they don't have a problem with me being a Muslim.
Assalamu alaikum. So I get asked this question all the time, and if you've noticed, I never ever address it because it's a very, very complicated situation. So instead I'm going to give my main piece of advice that I would give to anyone that is thinking about converting or reverting, and that is tell your family, your loved ones, your close ones from the very, very start. Tell them from the start of the beginning of your learning journey. So if you are Christian and you're thinking about looking into Islam or Judaism or whatever, tell your loved ones from the start, hey mom, hey dad, whoever, I'm thinking about learning about this religion. So they know from the start you are considering other things. And always, always, always keep them in the loop of your learning journey and whereabouts you are, and yes.
I remember when I was a Christian and my friend told me about Adam and Eve and how Muslims believe Adam and Eve. What? Muslims know about Adam and Eve? He's like, yeah. And he starts telling me like all these stories and these detailed stories about all the prophets and Moses and Noah, Jesus, Abraham, peace be upon them all. And I'm just like, what? Because Christianity, they don't make these things clear, and they don't have the stories right because the books have changed. And I learned more and more about Islam, and I'm starting to realize that there's only really two main differences in these two religions. In Islam, we don't believe that God has children. Secondly, all the rules that are in Islam literally are in Christianity too, except we actually practice them in Islam. All the Christians I know, which are like all the people that I know, they are nothing like Muslims. Allah.
Honestly, I feel like a little kid. I love coming in here and looking at my Quran. It's so beautiful, and looking at my certificate, I'm like, God, that's me, I'm a Muslim. And to be honest, while I was doing the Shahada, I really didn't feel different. To me, that was just the step that I had to take. Like, I already consider myself a Muslim, and like since the day I decided to become a Muslim, I was considering myself one. So the Shahada was just a step that I knew that I had to take. But now I'm like, I can't believe I did it.
Hey y'all, I just wanted to hop on here and share with you a quick hack that I learned this past week. Well, I don't know if hack is the right word, but anyway. And this one's for all my Muslims who have trouble waking up in the morning, even with an alarm. So the hack is that if you recite the last verse of Surah Al-Kahf before you go to bed, and you make the intention to wake up at, say, 8 a.m., you will. I did try this out last night. I went to bed at 3 a.m. and I told myself that I was going to wake up at 8 a.m. and I woke up 10 minutes before 8 a.m. But remember, you actually have to make a heartfelt intention, otherwise this won't work. So try it out and please let me know if it...
In terms of why that I converted to Islam, Islam, learning about it, researching, etc., it impacted my life so much. It changed so much for me. It helped me overcome so much that it just felt like it was the only path that I could take, that I wanted to take going forward. I'm so grateful to what it has done for me that I felt like I need to do what I can to give back to Islam and to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So there's a lot more to that story and I'd love to share. If you guys are interested, it is quite personal though, so I'm just gonna ask you guys to bear with me a little bit. But yeah, thank you so much. And I'm really looking forward to discussing and chatting more with you guys and getting to know you guys. But thank you.
When people ask me about my conversion story, I always feel that they expect this great story about how my neighbor was a Muslim and she always gave me cookies on Friday, or how I had this dream that I had to look into Islam. No. I live in the Netherlands, which is a multicultural country, we talk a lot about Muslims, and I believe that if I want to open my mouth about anyone, I should know what they believe in. Plus, out of respect of the immigrants that come here and integrate into our culture, I believe we should learn about their culture and their religion. So I read about pretty much every religion, not because I was looking for a religion, did not, but messed up. So I started reading about it, and I learned very fast that it is a religion of scientific proof, which I, as a European woman, love. I love science, I love proof, I love facts. Plus, it touched me. It shook me, and it made sense to me. So, no boyfriend, no girlfriends, no neighborhood. I knew one Muslim, I really didn't like her, and she didn't like me. But, yeah, it was me and Google, and that's my conversion story. I'm sorry if it's disappointing.